Welcome back, gods and goddesses, to the Gifted Goddess channel, where I channel my gifts for the collective advantage, and I encourage you to not only seek your gifts, but to find meaningful ways to use them and channel them for the collective in any way that deems fit or the Most High. So as you can see, we are starting off a little differently today. Let's clear the energy of the table. Feathers could be significant if you don't know. This is my favorite feather. I am a writer, so, it just goes. Okay, so I was guided to start with the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, a Just Elfer's book. I don't know why I'm being called to read the whole thing. Also on the front of this, he is the author of The Art of Seduction. Something about that is significant. Something seductive is what I'm getting. Perhaps you're seductive as that black, I was about to say flower, as the black feather. All that is significant. So I was guided to read Law 39. Okay, so Law 39 states, it says, stir up waters to catch fish. Something about catching fish is significant. We're already starting on a wild ride. Just bear with me, okay? If you've been here, you already know I channel through different ways. I channel through a multitude of ways. So here we are, okay? Book channeling. Class, are you paying attention? Do you have your notebooks and pencils out ready? Pens, okay? I'm just hearing the professor is on duty. The professor is on. Class is in session. Something about that could be significant. Somebody's being schooled in something. Schools of fish could be significant. Okay, let's get into it. 325 could be significant. This is page 325, class. Follow along. Glasses could be significant. I see someone straightening their glasses, or now you're seeing things more clearly. Okay, with your personal power is what I'm getting. You've learned to stir the fish. Lord, let's continue. Or someone needs to learn how to stir the fish. I'm hearing quietly, coyly. Coy fish could be significant. Okay, so it says judgment. Take what resonates, drop what doesn't. If it applies, catch this vibe. If it doesn't, just let it fly. Don't take it personal, okay? Some about taking things personally. I read that here in the chapter. But it says anger and emotion are strategically counterproductive. I'm hearing counterintuitive as well. You must always stay calm and objective. But if you can make your enemies angry while staying calm yourself, you gained a decided advantage. Put your enemies off balance. Okay, it says put your enemies off balance. Find the chink in their vanity through which you can rattle them, and you hold the strings. Okay, let me go to, yes, okay, I'm supposed to read. Here's what I saw earlier. And it has it in red. Okay, so something, can you guys see that? It's red right now. Page 331, class. Something about that is significant. Birthdays, you name it. Chapter 39. Follow along, follow along. If you have this text, pull it out, please. But it says image. I'm hearing imagine. Okay, okay, at the top of the page before the black, should I read? Yes, I should read this. Okay. Before we get to the red, on top of page 331, if you have your text out, it says, when they embarrass themselves with a temper tantrum, you will have gained several victories. One of these being that in the face of their childishness, you have maintained your dignity and composure. Someone needs to hear this. My spidey senses are telling me it has to do with one of our N words, one of our narcissistic, possibly someone who has a personality thing going on. I'm getting histrionic, borderline. Baby, just pull out the DSM-5, okay? This is goddess math. Don't ask me how I got there. Just know that I know, okay? Pay attention, class. Take your notes. You could be dealing with this type of entity or personality. It says image or imagine the pond of fish. The waters are clear and calm, and the fish are well below the surface. Stir the waters, and they emerge. Stir it some more, and they get angry, rising to the surface, biting whatever comes near, including a freshly baited hook. Okay? So what I'm getting is someone has been caught hook, line, and sinker. They were baited into something. Yes? Continue. Okay. It says authority. You might have to exercise your authority. I'm just hearing exercise the demons. Child, I don't know what that movie is. I think that's Jim Carrey. If you're is that Liar, Liar? I believe that's Liar, Liar. Baby, if you haven't watched Liar, Liar, Jim Carrey was definitely giving North Labs in Liar, Liar. Just very breadcrumby, lying, obviously, manipulative, emotionally manipulative as well. Okay, let's continue. Authority. If your opponent is of a hot temper, try to irritate him. If he is arrogant, try to encourage his egotism. One who is skilled at making the enemy move does so by creating a situation according to which the enemy will act. He entices the enemy with something he is certain to take. He keeps the enemy on the move by holding out bait and then attacks him with picked troops. That's something from a 4th century BC person. Okay. Then it says, when playing with people's emotions, you have to be careful. Study the enemy beforehand. Some fish are best left at the bottom of the pond. Okay, then they talk about baiting Alexander the Great. So that could be someone's name. Okay, but this is giving a power struggle, power dynamic, and you learning. Somebody's going to be tested on Friday. Okay. When I'm recording this, it is technically Friday because it's the late night hours. You know how I do. But what I'm getting is somebody's about to test your gangster is what I'm hearing, or test your energy, test you in some type of way, trying to come at you, bait you into an argument or situation to, I'm hearing, entice your energy to have you respond to them in a certain manner just to get your energy. As we know, our Louis, our 304s, our low vibrational beings, they need a host. Right? They're often parasitic. And I'm hearing you cleanse your energy. You've cleansed the parasites. So maybe you need to actually do a parasitic cleanse, or what I'm getting is you have removed these people out of your energy. You no longer feed into the BS. You've kind of learned these lessons. You've learned your power. And you've called that power back. If you haven't done so, please look into doing that, right? I won't go into that here, but I'm trusting if you're here, you found this channel, you are well into your spiritual journey. Again, I always thank you guys for being here and being of support. I am glad to be a stop point, if you will, a lamppost in the journey, right? A point of light in your path. And I encourage you to continue moving forward towards your purpose, your destination of destiny, right? I just heard point of contention. Okay, so someone's going to try to cause a point of contention for you. Okay, and what I'm getting is all is well, is what I'm being called to. That's what it says on my candle. Shine your light. Anyway, I'm just hearing that Rihanna song. Shine bright like a diamond. Okay, so diamonds are significant. I'm specifically looking at this blue diamond here. So perhaps you need to speak a truth, but do so coyly. Okay, do so with tact. Okay, learn how to have tact in your speech. Moving forward is what I'm getting. Don't be so quick to respond off heightened emotions, okay? So if someone definitely is coming at you verbally, right? Just let them say what they're going to say, right? What is it to you, okay? Right? Manage your emotions, practice that breathing. Understand you can do two things with that energy. You can fall for their bait, right? Hook, line, and sinker, and respond negatively in the way that they want you to, back and forth, and engage in that and exchange your precious energy on them, wasting your time, your breath, your energy. Or you could have a calculated response. Nothing pisses off someone who's trying to provoke you than the inability of you being provoked. So the inability of them being able to provoke you. So if you know someone's trying to get under your skin, my favorite response is, okay. Simple as that, okay? You might literally have to bite your tongue to not say all the things you want to say. But just understand this is energetic. This is a spiritual thing. What I'm being guided to share with you guys is, on this journey, it won't just be people, it'll be situations you have to come up with and deal with that come up on you. Come up with is an interesting choice of words to fly out my mouth. Okay, I'm seeing decades. Okay, maybe this is decades in the making. Maybe this is a 10-year cycle. What I'm getting, a 10-year situation that you've been dealing with. I'm hearing tenure, like tenured professor, like tenured situation, okay? So this is where you get your tenure, okay? These tests are to make sure that you're ready for the next level, because there will be all types of people trying you. New levels, new devils, right? So if you are moving up to the next level, okay, Spirit can't have you acting out, acting a fool, responding to everything smart, right, that you're hearing. I'm seeing tweets and comments, right? So if you're, I was about to say a channeler, but if you're on social media, you're a creator, a content creator, anything of the things, you can't be firing back and forth at everybody, shooting negative things at you, because the naysayers will come. People will always have something to say. You know what they say? Opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one. So do you waste your time responding to them? I'm the the instance or the example, I'm getting EG. That could be somebody's initials, or GE. Be the ego in the situation. See it from a higher perspective. Don't ask me how I got there. This is goddess math, okay? Just pay attention. Take your notes. Attention forward, class, please. Let's stay on task. I'm being called to Nicki Minaj. Okay? I'm hearing Nicki Minaj versus Rihanna. Okay, so how Nicki Minaj responds to the haters or naysayers online versus to how Rihanna responds. We know how Nicki responds, right? If you're on social media, you can't even avoid it if you want to. But Rihanna, on the other hand, I feel like hers is like kind of sarcastic and tongue-in-cheek type of response, if any, is what I'm getting. Oh, also what I'm getting is to, okay, if you want to be, do you want to be click clacking with the ducks in the street, or do you want to be of billionaire status? You know what I'm saying? Doing billionaire things, okay? Pick which level you want to be on, okay? And that's why you're being tested. Spirit wants to see, can you handle these new levels? Can I put you at thousandaire status where, you're different figures, right? 500,000, right? 800,000, right? These numbers could be significant. Someone's coming into, that's just random for me to say. Can I take you to millionaire status? Are you going to respond tactfully, if at all? Okay, something about tact is significant, okay? Etiquette is significant. Being in certain rooms and knowing how to conduct yourself is significant. I'm thinking about Tiffany Haddish, how when she got into those larger spaces, she was acting like a fangirl, baby, and you're supposed to be acting like you're one of them, like you're supposed to be there. I'm randomly tasting jerk chicken out of nowhere, and I haven't had that today. So that could be someone's favorite meal. I'm just getting meals are significant. Learn how to conduct yourself over meals when speaking to people. Something about the Caribbean is significant. Rihanna's from the Caribbean, jerk chicken, obviously, right? So any of the islands, I'm hearing Trinidad, Tobago, Jamaica. Wagwan family. Okay, y'all in the building, represent, put your flags down below where you from. If y'all in my energy, just know it's love and respect. I see you, okay? We see each other. I connect with y'all real bad, okay? I have extended family along those lines. I'm hearing a plane going over my head as I say that. Someone could be traveling, okay, to one of these places or something. I'm hearing for a business opportunity or love. I'm seeing love, okay? Something is coming your way, okay? But before you can get to these other levels, it's time to unpack. I'm hearing clean out the closets, because tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. So maybe you need to pack for this adventure. But what I'm getting is be mentally prepared, right? And I did see preparation earlier. So you're being prepared for your new level, okay? For your destiny, right? And this new destination you're going into, the old you cannot come, beloved. I'm seeing Tasia from, she was on some dating show, but she does like relationship and love coaching now, okay? And she's a very fiery energy, right? So something about just speaking in a certain way, even if you have a lot to say or a lot on your mind, you might be a very opinionated person. You just need to learn tact when speaking. I'm also hearing those of us, myself included, who don't really speak up. You might be called to speak up in rooms. I'm hearing, yeah, they want to hear what you got to say. That's why you're being called to these spaces and places. Okay, so something about that is significant. Is there anything else, Spirit, that we need to convey? I'm just getting, you've been crowned. Take tender love and care of yourself. Know you are protected on these new journeys. Okay. New shoes might be significant. Journeys has a lot of shoes, honey, a lot of shoes. You might not be buying shoes out of Journeys. You might, but this is Goddess Math. I keep trying to tell y'all this. Don't worry about how I get to where I get. Just listen to the message. Pay attention. And I'm seeing green like bugs. So I'm hearing it might be bugs on some of you mugs, but it ain't no bugs on me. So what I'm getting from that is, one, you could have dealt with childish energies in the past. You could have been in a more childish energy, right? Because that's kind of like taunting, like, nah, 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 nah. Okay, but also what I'm getting is you've cleared this energy. You got the bugs off you, okay? Because it might be some bugs on some of y'all, but it ain't no bugs on me. So you guys are clearing this energy. And just remember that, right? Don't get recontaminated. I am seeing a freaking episode of The Magic School Bus, the newer seasons with Miss Frizzle's sister child. Somebody's sister could be significant. Maybe this is who's gonna try to test your gangster child. If you know like I know, don't even answer. Girl, goodbye, good night. But in this episode that I'm specifically getting or being called to channel, the new Miss Frizzle, okay, the new teacher, okay, heavy on the teacher vibes. You could be a teacher, a spiritual leader. Something about your purpose has to do with teaching, okay? And you're being called to these new places to teach, okay? New environments, new spaces, new clothes. I channeled this already. New hair, new look, new you, somebody getting glammed up. I'm seeing the Jennifer Hudson show. Okay, I'm also seeing J Lo. So something about J's are significant because that's J Hud and J Lo. Anywho, FJ, JFK could be significant. Catching a flight, honey. Okay, that just took me to a different place. We're not going there. Thank you very much. Also, just know that you're protected. You are loved. The ancestors are heavy on this scene. With this episode with Miss Frizzle's sister, child, she had took them kids, I believe, to the Galapagos Islands. Just stick with me, okay? We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, soaring through the sky. Little Einstein. I promise you we're getting there, okay? Just hearing, climb aboard, get ready to explore, soaring through the sky. Little Einstein. Okay, so you can be a genius, okay, if you're here. I'm quite sure you are because that's what we do over here. I'm just hearing big G. This could have to do with the G's, if you know what I mean. Those G people, the masonry folks. Anywho, I'm just seeing, okay, let's focus. Let's get through Miss Frizzle. Okay, I gotta say this. Somebody is being called to back it up. You're the queen of talking shit. Now it's time to back it up. Okay, so that could be you or this person trying to test your gangster. I'm hearing you as her. Okay, so they like talking stuff and they trying to squabble up with you, okay? That song by Kendrick Lamar could be significant. Way too many channels coming through. Let's slow it down, please. Thank you. You could be a Libra. This could be justice coming through. I'm seeing and is. So this is a Louis, a low vibrational Libra that is coming into your energy to test your gangster. And Spirit wants to see how you will respond this time. Perhaps you didn't respond so well last time. Could be an air sign, not just a Libra. Sorry. Anywho, also, it's time for you to show and prove, okay? You've done the work, you've done the healing, you do the talking, you do the speaking, okay? It's time for you to step from the student role to the teacher role. I'm hearing myself included. Okay, y'all, pay attention. Bigger classrooms are coming, okay? So in this, okay, right, because they weren't in the classroom no more, honey. They was out in the field. Okay, so hermit mode over. You about to be in the field working, honey, is what I'm getting because, you know, they went on a little field trip to the Galapagos Island to learn. So I'm hearing immersive learning, honey. You're going to be immersed in the environment in which you are called to teach and raise the vibration. Take that how it resonates. Something about 404 could be significant. I'm also hearing 804. Those definitely have to be area codes, parts of zip codes. I'm hearing 804, A04, or the OA. If y'all ever watched that show, woo, okay. Let's get to this island, please. Somebody's going to the island, honey. Have fun, because I already done channeled the vacation and the things. Okay, so pack your swimsuit, child. The cute one, the black one. All black, everything. If you know, you know. That's my type of steez. Anywho, that's to the mystery. Baby, let's go to the island. Focus. On the island now, they were studying the natural habitat there. And you know Arnold, if he don't do nothing else, he gonna cause a commotion, child. So I believe it was Arnold who the instructor was very clear. They had to get checked and stuff before they came into the natural habitat because it had been, I guess, preserved for such a long time, and it's such a sensitive environment that they couldn't introduce like new bacterias or substances or things to the environment because it would throw off the whole ecosystem. So they had to be checked and tested like before they could even go in. Y'all catch my drift? You see where I'm going? So some final tests coming through to make sure you're ready for this new environment. Okay, cool. I'm seeing red. Okay. Somebody might be a fire sign or you get real fired up. I'm going to need you to get that in check and control that. 150 could be significant. 3150. Okay. That's significant for somebody. Or 315 could be significant for somebody. 513 is also what I'm getting. 51, 53, 31, 35. Those could be birthdays, addresses, phone numbers, phone codes, area codes, whatever have you. They were tested before they came into this new space. So everything was cool. Everything was fine. I kind of forget how the episode went, but somehow, some way, Arnold had dropped a little some in the new environment, and it had the potential to fuck up the whole ecosystem, right? And Miss Frizzle, they had to phone Miss Frizzle, child. Okay, so this, you know, and she was out skydiving, honey. So this might be an angel, a spirit guide, the Most High, whatever. But somebody had to call on Miss Frizzle, who was literally in the sky when it happened, skydiving. And this is random, child. So she could help them because the new teacher, the sister, ain't really know what to do. They was all kind of panicking. So they had to phone a friend, child. Phone a friend. What show is that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? See, didn't I tell y'all we was going somewhere? We on the rocket ship, okay? We on the magic school bus. Come on. So that might be our thing. We on the magic school bus collective. Just ride with me, okay? So, or fly with me, child, because that was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Now I'm getting Slumdog Millionaire moments. Everything that you experience up into this point has been leading to this point. So the little tests and the questions and the things that you've been answering and doing correctly have been leading you to this point. I love that movie. I don't know why I got so much mixed reviews. It was such a good movie. I'm just seeing you being able to handle yourself in certain situations because of what you've experienced. So understand that everything we go through is a collective. I'm hearing cognizant, okay, is a collection of things we will need on our journey. And it is our duty to kind of be cognizant of that and to take all those lessons with you, okay, to where you need to go and apply them appropriately. I was about to say imply. So something about the correct verbiage is significant, or this implies something. Let's finish channeling. Perhaps we'll figure out what it is. So they contact Miss Frizzle. Boom. She give them the solution. They're able to extract and eradicate and like eliminate the problem. That's not the word I'm looking for. Ease could be significant. Extract, eradicate, eliminate. Okay. So something needs extracted, eradicated, or eliminated out of this environment, out of your energy, or you're about to be extracted from your current space to a more decadent space. Okay, what you are walking into is decadence. Okay, luxury, purpose, prosperity, something that is delightful. These are significant. Name could be starting with a D. This has been a decade or decades in the making. Okay, see what I'm saying? It is a culmination of experiences. If you hadn't gone through what you had went through, you wouldn't be able to exist in these new environments and situations, is what I'm getting. E's are very significant. You or someone in your energy, perhaps this gangster testing person, names start with an E. Now I'm just seeing an E on a test. Okay, so you've been surrounded by people who have been failing tests while you've been passed. Okay, so now you're being passed to the next grade. Okay, yeah, they were in a new grade and a new season and a new year on this episode as well. Okay, so you're on the next grade, you're on to new things. This involves new teachers on the path, a brighter journey, but you're on the path to decadence. Just trust that you're being divinely guided, okay? Have hope. You might need to look at that message that I just channeled yesterday. Have hope and trust that you're being divinely guided. But where you're intended to go, I'm just seeing a castle. Where you're almost at the end of the road. Keep pushing. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, or you're almost at the light at the end of the tunnel. This is you're about to be out of the darkness, out of the tunnel, okay? So none of it's really making sense. You're not understanding why you've gone through all these situations, circumstances, things with people in your energy being weird. I'm hearing exes, family, friends, co-workers, all types of loved ones. I'm just seeing television screens watching. They'll all be watching you. They'll all have to see, okay, the table is being prepared for you, right? In the presence of your enemies. And they will have to watch you blow up. Somebody might quite literally be interviewed and questioned on, talk shows. Yeah, something about, I'm seeing J Hud, I'm seeing Ellen DeGeneres, Tamron Hall. Okay, perhaps you're being called to be that type of entity or person on television. Yeah, I'm just seeing lights, camera, action. Is that all? Yeah, just be prepared for this new journey. It is full of luxury, right? Don't get, okay, got it. Don't get glamorized by the things, the tangible things. Understand you have a job to do. You are on your way to purpose. Let's seek purpose, not just paychecks, right? So while you might like the tangible things, right? Focus on purpose, right? And what do they always say? Wealth is quiet, right? Rich is loud, and poor is flashy. Okay, so have some tact when you get into these spaces, entertaining these new faces. And I congratulate you and then just welcome you on this journey, right? So enjoy. Spirit wants you to enjoy yourself, right? Don't be uptight or feel like you can't be yourself. Always be yourself. That's what got you to this point in the journey. And Until next time, family, that is all I have for you. So, congratulations. Go in love and light. Always seek purpose, not just paychecks. And definitely do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And until next time, peace.